Mariam Wangadya yavuddeyo n'akaaba era ne yeetondera bannayuganda bwe yabadde asisinkanye akakiiko ka Kosasi akakulemberwa Honorable Muwadankunnyingi wamu ne Honorable George Musisi nga be bakulembera akakiiko kano babadde bamubuuza akana n'akataano ku bigambo ebibadde byogerebwa n'ensonga ezigenze mu maaso n'okuba nga zitambula mu kakiiko kakulembera aka Uganda Human Rights Commission. Jjukira yavaayo n'ayogera ebigambo n'ategeeza mukama we nga bw'atabalaamu magezi kakiiko kano nti era akawe n'ekitiibwa alekeraawo okukasindikamu abantu abamaze okugwa mu kalulu abagenda maaso n'okuba nga banoonya ssente z'okugula ARVs n'ebigambo ebirala bifaanana bwe bityo. Kakati bannankyukakyuka bagenze mu maaso n'okuba nga bamusekerera oluvannyuma lw'okubeera nti babadde nga bamugamba embeera gy'agenda maaso n'okuba nga akoleramu ne gavumenti gy'agenda maaso n'okuba nga akolera. Mariam Wangadya ng'alaga tebimukwatako era ekisinze okuleetera bannankyukakyuka okusanyukira embeera Mariam Wangadya mwali lwe lunaku we yavaayo n'ategeeza nti abo ba political prisoners oba abantu bebogerako nti baawambibwa nga n'abamu baatuuka n'okukaabira mu maaso g'akakiiko Mariam Wangadya kakulembera ng'amaze okubategeeza nti bino ebintu bya kiwaani era mbu tebaliiyo. Kati we twogerera Mariam Wangadya eyamookinga n'okugezaako okulaga nti aba NUP bagezaako kwekizageratinga nsonga eno nti era n'abantu bano be bagamba nti baabuzibwawo nti nabo tebaliiyo. Mariam Wangadya bamusekeredde era n'agenda maaso n'okuba ng'ayoza ku mmunye Mariam Wangadya akaabye.
You can have a procedure.
Chairman, we have some procedural issues.
Let the chairperson finish making her submission before we.
Mariam Wangadya takomye kwoza bwoza ku mmunye, takomye kukaaba bukaabi kye kyokka ng'ali mu maaso g'abakungu mu kakiiko ka Committee on Commissions, Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises oba Kosasi. Bagenze maaso n'okuba nga beerangira bo bokka na bokka mu kakiiko kano. Mujjukira lwe yakola statement ng'agamba nti Museveni akakiiko kano kawe ekitiibwa era n'agamba nti Museveni akakiiko kano akayisaamu amaaso alonda abantu abatasaanidde. Mariam Wangadya yategeeza akakiiko kano mukama wange tandika okukawa ekitiibwa, tandika okukabalamu amagezi. Agamba nti alayika alina n'ekigendererwa akakiiko kano takabalamu magezi, aleeta abantu abagudde mu byobufuzi abalemereddwa n'abeera nga abasindika mu kakiiko kano. Ebigambo ebyo bye bitandise okuba nga bimuleetera obuzibu.
Omukulembeze mbadde nsaba alekerawo okuyisa mugengege akakiiko okuyisa olugaayo mu kakiiko kano akawa ekitiibwa ekikasaanidde. Emyaka gino 5 gyempiseemu gindaze nti omuntu kaabe kyemanyi nti president at first I think yalina ekigendererwa ekirungi, yensonga lwaki yaleka ekifo ekyo nga kyereere emyaka 2 naye kati onziggyeyo eri ongambye nti ekifo kino nali nakitereka nga kyereere nga nkulinze ova eno ojja eno n'ensonga n'ozimpa, naye ate bwe ntuuka wano ate nondeetera kwegamba nondeetera konyi. So kati awo obanga ayozezza ate noyanika mu ttaka nti aze atulaga nti ekitongole kino takisaamu kitiibwa. Lwaki ndowooza bwe ntyo? Bwendaba bamemba bazaalonda ku kakiiko kano kino ekifo yakifuulanga ew'okukanyuga abantu abalonzi be bakoowa. Kaŋŋamba oli munnabyabufuzi weesimbyewo oba kampe ekyokulabirako oba maybe bulambulirowa ogudde mu kalulu okaabye nnyo abalonzi bankamula ndi mwavulu nkupe sikyalina kakulya ndi mulwadde muyi waliwo ekimbe kyemaze nakyo emyaka 3 neetaaga ARVs.
Kati ebigambo ebyo yayogera ekisooka byanyiza abamu ku bammemba oba bakomishona bakola nabo mu kakiiko kano ak'eddembe ly'obuntu. Era bwe yayogera ku nsonga ya ARVs jukira twakuwa amawulire tukutegeeza nti mubamu ku ba commissioners bakola nabo kwe kuli abantu ab'enjawulo okuli ne Semewo Nsubuga era mbu abo be bamu ku babadde bamukijjanyo babagenda maaso n'okuba nga bamuteekako embeera mu kakiiko kano nga chairperson. Era bwe bazze mu maaso ga Kosasi bagenze maaso n'okuba nga beerangira kumpi buli omu n'ayogerera munna amafuukule ekyaviiriddeko Mariam Wangadya okwetonda. Then abamu ku bayogedde kwabaddeko Semewo Nsubuga yawuliddwako ye nga n'ensonga za ARVs ezasinga okumunyiiza abangi ne beebuuza Simeon Nsubuga tabanga ye yabadde agambibwa ku nsonga ya ARVs. Mu kakiiko kano Mariam Wangadya bwe yamaze okukaaba jjukira bwe yayogera ebigambo ebyo ekyaddirira kwali kulizayininga. Okulizayininga kwa Mariam Wangadya abasajja baakugaana. Era Attorney General amanyiddwa nga Sam Mayanja mu mujjukiro ye yali minisita w'ettaka yagenda maaso n'okubanga avuma kabaka. Yavaayo n'ategeeza Parliament nti Mariam Wangadya tannalekulira newankubadde yawandiisa ekipapula n'abaako engeri gy'abinnyonnyolamu. Mariam Wangadya okulekulira ne kugaana era ne bamuwaliriza okwetonda. Mu kwetonda kwe yeetonze n'agenda maaso n'okubanga ayoza ne ku mmunye yakaabye nga bw'ogeze maaso n'okubanga ng'obiraba. Era teyakomye kukaaba, yatuuse n'okujjukiza eggwanga n'abategeeza nti bannange ndi single mother, simanyi omwana wange namukuza okuva ku wiikisi 6 n'ebisigadde.
I have been a single mother to my son since he was 3 weeks old. Soon he will be 30 years old. He has a toddler son and a wife, and I'm their sole breadwinner. By the time a woman in my situation picks a pen, places it on paper, and writes a letter resigning her job of some commissioners from activities, this is not true. One of the activities which brings together the chairperson and members of the commission is the tribunal sessions. We have 2 panels which I constituted for all the 6 commissioners. All the 3 commissioners, Stephen Basaliza, Simeon Nsubuga, and Jacqueline Atuhaire Rwabukurukuru, occasionally pick allowances for these activities, the tribunal sessions, and do not show up. We fail to realize quorum, which may lead to our decisions being challenged in a higher court. Previously, single commissioners used to preside over sessions until we got legal guidance from the learned Attorney General. On at least 2 occasions, Honorable Jacqueline Atuhaire cancelled sessions even after picking all allowances for her driver and bodyguard. I initiate draft decisions and rulings and send soft copies to every commissioner. These 3 commissioners have never contributed any comment on any draft decision or ruling, but at least they sign the final copies. So it's therefore not true that they are excluded from activities.
You can have a procedure.
Chairman, we have some procedural issues.
Let the chairperson finish making her submission before we chip in.
Wano nga bakyagenda maaso n'okuba nga beewaayiriza, buli omu ng'awaayiriza munne, buli omu nga yeegaana. Mariam Wangadya yawaliriziddwa okugenda maaso n'okuba ng'ayoza ku mmunye yakaabye amaziga mu maaso g'akakiiko. Wabula bannayuganda naddala abamu ku bannankyukakyuka nga Honorable Zaake n'abantu abalala tebalina bigambo biwoomu oba byakusaasira eri Mariam Wangadya. Byonna ngenda bikuwa nkuwe n'ekyabadde mu kakiiko mu bujjuvu bwakyo, oyinza okuba nga tewasobodde kiraba nga bwe byatandise ne bwe byawedde. Honorable Mwadanku Nnyingi, chairperson w'akakiiko ka Kosase, Honorable George Musisi nga ye mumyuka we, ne bammemba abatula ku kakiiko kano baabaddewo bonna nga bagenda mu maaso n'okucunya oba n'okukunya okubuuza akana n'akataano Mariam Wangadya ebimu ku byamuviiriddeko ogenda maaso n'okuba nga akaaba amaziga mu maaso g'abasajja abakulu bano, n'agenda maaso n'okuba nga akaaba ng'alaganga ebintu bwe bimutabuseeko. Jjukire okuddako emabega yayagala okulizayininga, yawandiika ebbaluwa erizayininga, wabula njagala okutegeeza ebbaluwa eyo oba okulizayininga kwe abasajja baakugaanye. Kati nga mu bufunze Mariam Wangadya yasigadde ku mpaka oba ayagala oba tayagala ng'agenda kukola nga ssentebe w'akakiiko k'eddembe ly'obuntu oba ayagala oba tayagala. Era wenjogerera bakama be balina mu kumusekerera. Ekiddako essaawa yonna byonna tugendagenda maaso n'okuba nga tubikuwa. Yayogera ku nsonga z'abaawambibwa bano abaabuzibwawo 18 okuli John Bosco Kibalama, John Damulira n'abalala. Mariam Wangadya yategeeza nti bano balabika bintu na bya kiwaani, nti era aba NUP bali mu kaweefube wakulaba nga bino ebintu tebiva mu ddiiro. Byali bigambo bya Mariam Wangadya. Kati wenjogerera y'omu eyayogera biri ayagala mmwe be yagamba bino mumusonyiwe kubanga mu kwetonda yeetondedde bannayuganda bonna mbu buli gwe yanyiiza. Ne bannannyini bantu abo bwe baali banoonya nga n'abamu ku bano baafa nga mukyala wa John Bosco Kibalama, mukyala wa John Damulira, kubanga baasisinkanako Mariam Wangadya yategeereza nti bino birabikana bya kiwaani tebiriiyo.
ensonga z'obufumbo olina omwami naye ng'akutawanya olina omukyala ng'akutawanya bajja ne bakwagalako ne bagenda gwe alina ebizibu mu byenfuna nga sente zikuyita mu ngalo wooteeka sente zifa bufi b'owola tebazza gwe aloota ng'ogwa mu nnyanja gwe alumizibwa omutwe nga guganya okuwona naawe aloota ng'ebintu bikozesa ensonga z'obufumbo nina ekifo ku mugga awali amayinja wennyambulirako ebisiraani ekikwa ekifiiriza omudibo obutaganja obutaweebwa nzijanjaba abantu ab'enzikiriza zonna nsiŋŋaanibwa njeru ku lw'ejjinja gwanjagala kuba ku nnamba yange eyo naawe ali ewala ennyo yita ku WhatsApp.
You can have a procedure.
Chairman, we have some procedural issues.
Let the chairperson.
Mariam Wangadya yakulira akakiiko ak'eddembe ly'obuntu oba Uganda Human Rights Commission olunaku olwajjo yabadde mu maaso g'akakiiko akakosase oba akakiiko akamanyiddwa nga Committee on Commissions, Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises oba kosase. Parliament ey'e12 akakiiko ababaddemu oba ababadde bamukunya bamubuuza akanana akataano kwabaddeko Honorable Mwadankunnyingi ono mubaka wa Kyaddondo East kadi ya kibiina kya National Unity Platform nga ye ssentebe w'akakiiko ako. Kwabaddeko Honorable George Musisi ono wakira municipality eyasikira Ssemujunganda ye deputy chairperson era naye wa kibiina kya National Unity Platform akiikirira abantu bakira municipality ye mumyuka wa Mwadankunnyingi abamu ku ba members n'abalala batula ku kakiiko kano Committee on Commissions, Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises akakosase kano koomanyi Ssennyonyi kwe yatuulanga Ssennyonyi alyoka akyunye abantu nga omukyali yali akulira ekitongole ky'ennyonyi bamutulaki kakati ke kakiiko ke kamu katadde Mariam Wangadya ku ntandaalo kamutadde mu mbeera ey'okukaaba amaziga oluvannyuma lw'okuba nti ebigambo ebimu bye yayogera bitandise okugenda maaso n'okuba nga bikomawo. Mariam Wangadya ku bigambo bye yayogera kwaliko ebyokutegeeza mukama we Jeno Yoweri Kaguta Museveni oba kaŋŋambe kwaliko okutegeeza bakama be nti kana akakiiko mukawe ekitiibwa mulekerawo okusindikayo abantu abataliimu nsa mulekerawo okusindikayo abantu nga beetaga ARVs nga tebalina ssente kugamba bamaze okugwa mu kalulu n'ebigambo ebirala ebifaanana bwe bityo. Mariam Wangadya oluvannyuma lwa bino byonna yavaayo n'agenda maaso n'okuba nga ate alekulira olwo ng'awaliriziddwa okubeera ng'alekulira. Okulekulira kwe kwagenda maaso n'okuba nga kugaana abakulu baamugamba nti okulizayininga tekukkiriziddwa. Saamu Mayanja Attorney General yajja n'ategeeza Parliament nti Mariam Wangadya yawandiika era engeri gye yabinnyonnyolamu wano baali bamaze okulaga nti okulekulira kwa Mariam Wangadya tebakukkiriza.
Now there have been reports that the chairperson has resigned. Right Honourable Speaker and members, I wish to inform the House that the chairperson of the Human Rights Commission, Honorable Mariam Wangadya, submitted a notice of resignation to appointing authority, that is His Excellency the President of Uganda, on 6th July 2026. I wish to highlight that a notice to resign does not amount to resignation, but is merely intended to communicate the desire to resign and cannot be treated as a resignation.
Minister yagamba nti Mariam Wangadya kye yabawandiikira yabategeezako nti ayina ekigendererwa eky'okulizayininga era yabategeezako obutegeeza nga bw'alina ekigendererwa ekyo era tebasobola kukitwalanga okulizayininga wano mu bufunze newankubadde nga kyekyo ekyasomebwa mu Parliament naye okusinziira ku nsonda ezeesigika Mariam Wangadya baamugaana okulizayininga. Ebbaluwa ye ey'okulizayininga yagaanibwa era n'ategeezebwa nti n'okwetonda ajja kwetonda. Bino byonna byali bivudde ku bigambo bye yayogera. Minisita ye yategeeza nti ebbaluwa gye yawandiika yatutegeeza nga bw'alina ekigendererwa eky'okulizayininga naye ebbaluwa tejja kutwalibwanga nti already yalizayininze. Kumbe yali yalizayininze yagaanibwa bugaanibwa. Mariam Wangadya ebintu olwo bitandise okugenda maaso n'okuba nga bimusobako.
I wish to add that Honorable Mariam Wangadya remains the substantive chairperson of the Commission until she tenders in a letter of resignation to the appointing authority and the resignation is accepted.
Minisita yamutegeeza oba yategeeza Parliament nti mwenna mwenna bye muwulira Mariam Wangadya ojja kukola osaaga. Okujjako lunaku lw'anaawandiika ebbaluwa resignation letter n'agiwandiikira kye bayita appointing authority mu bufunze n'agiwandiikira mukama we General Kaguta Museveni. Naye ate bwe tuddayo mu kipapula kiri kye twakusomera kiraga nti Mariam Wangadya era yawandiikira mukama we kati wano awali omukka tewabula muliro. Mariam Wangadya baamugaana okulizayininga n'agenda maaso n'okuba nga awalirizibwa okubeera ng'akola wano nno mu kaseera kano ng'embeera etandise okuba ng'emutabukako olwo ebintu bitandise okumukyukira ategedde nti abantu baakola nabo ekyamazima tebamuli bulungi. Mariam Wangadya bwe yavaayo n'ayogera ebigambo ebyo bye yayogera nga General Kaguta Museveni bw'atawadde kitiibwa kakiiko kano ne kituzzayo emabega nga Mariam Wangadya abantu bamubuulira ebigenda mu maaso mu ggwanga erya Uganda. Mariam Wangadya ng'agamba ebyo byammwe ebyo bya kiwaani. Omukulu n'agenda maaso n'okuba nga abyegaana. Joel Ssennyonyi yamugambako ku nsonga zino era ng'amugamba Mariam Wangadya wandikoze omulimu akakiiko gwe kalina okukola. Mariam Wangadya yaddamu ng'agamba mwaba NUP bino bye mulimu bya kiwaani. Bano abantu bemugamba nti bawambibwa bayinza n'okuba tebaliiyo.
Wangadya ebiseera ebisinga alekerera obuvunaanyizibwa bwe ate n'ayingirira oboolyawo byali badde bitamukwatako namukwatako kubanga alina obuvunaanyizibwa obwenkiza ennyo. Bwazze yeesulirayo ogwa Naggamba tuzze tuwaaba emisango mingi abaabuzibwawo ba John Bosco Kibalama Bakanata Muhammad n'abalala n'abantu abazze bakubibwa. Oyo Wangadya lumu yagamba n'ogamba nti tuli mu kwekoza abantu baffe bali mu kwekoza. Omuntu bamukubyekubye ajjudde ebiwundu nakimbwa bali mu kwekoza.
Ate n'ekirala bwe abantu baba balina abantu babanja nti bawambibwa babanje bali be bateebereza nti bawamba abantu baabwe. Naye kati nze Wangadya omukazi omunaku nga nze nina obusobozi obuwamba. Do I have capacity to abduct anyone? I don't have that capacity. Naye kyengenza okulaba nti waliwo ekobaane okulaba nti ensonga eno teva mu ddiiro. Ensonga eno ya kiwaani nze saagala kubindeetamu all the time.
Ensonga gye yali ayogerako y'ensonga y'abasibe. Twogera ku basibe bangi ba political prisoners nga bano bonna baakwatibwa lwa nsonga za byabufuzi nga bangi ku bano n'amayitire gaabwe tegamanyiddwako paka na kati. Mariam Wangadya be bantu be yali ayogerako nti ensonga ya kiwaani era nti ye tayagala kugenda maaso n'okubanga babimuteekamu obudde bwonna. Mukadde kano kakati naye agenda kuba alinga atandise okufeesinga oba okuloza ku mbeera y'emu n'abo abasibe gye bayinza okuba nga balozaako. Olina okwongera okuzzaako emabega. Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu yatwala petition ye mu kakiiko kano ak'eddembe ly'obuntu nga Mariam Wangadya yakakulira. In fact Mariam Wangadya yali tannalondebwa wabula yatwalayo petition ye ng'abasajja bamugaanya baba mubulookinze okutandika okuddamu okukola ebivulu bye biggaddwa ebifo ebimu biggaddwa takyayingiza n'agenda na petitioning akakiiko kano. Mariam Wangadya Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu yagendayo yakola withdraw okujjayo petition ye. Mariam Wangadya teyamukkiriza na kukola statement ye kugimalayo n'amufubutula n'amuyitira ne security ebeere ng'emufubutula. Mariam Wangadya Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu n'amulabula n'amugamba bano bookolera ojja kugenda maaso n'okuba ng'okifuuwa okizza munda kati keekadde agenda maaso n'okuba ng'abiraba mu reality.
This commission, which is empowered by the Constitution to protect constitutional rights, is instead the one violating those rights. I mean, Madam Chair, in all fairness, how can a complaint regarding...
If that is the personal statement you are making, which is an attack on the commission, you are free to withdraw your complaint. I will not allow you to deny praise, to emasculate, and to demean and to disrespect this commission. If that is the personal statement you are making, you are not going any further.
Madam Chair,
you are represented, you have to speak through your lawyers.
But
if you want to
speak, Madam
I will
Chair,
not allow you to accuse this commission of violating human rights.
Madam Chair,
you will not speak any further about that.
You yourself, Madam Chair,
I will
came
ask
out
you to
and mocked the victims of the missing people, and
I'm hereby directing you to leave.
And I hereby withdraw my complaint to this commission, because this commission lacks the impartiality, it lacks the independence to hear this case, Madam Chair. It is alright, but at least it is before the world.
I'm directing you to leave.
Yeah, it's alright, most obliged.
Security, come and take him out.
Sure, I will. I will leave, Madam Chair. But it's clear that I've withdrawn my statement because clearly you are impartial and you lack the independence to handle this. This commission is on a test to decide whether it is serving the people of Uganda or serving the interests of General Museveni and his military regime.
Yamugamba nti kale nze omusango gwayo ngujjeeyo kuba ntegedde oli impartial okukola decisions ezizo osavinga government ya General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni n'ebigendererwa byayo. Toliwo wano kusavinga banna Uganda na kukola mulimu akakiiko kano gwe kateekeddwa ogenda maaso n'okubanga kakola. Mariam Wangadya agamba aba security ono mumugjeewo. Bwe yawandiika ebbaluwa nga resigninga ku mukoto gwa Sanyuka, Honorable Zaake yamugamba Mariam Wangadya ogenda kumaliriza oli musibe.
So mukyala Wangadya oba yegwe Wangadya nze simanyi linnya lyo balyogera naye ogenda kumalirira ng'olimida.
Ensonga lwaki Honorable Zaake ayogera bw'ati, mujjukira Zaake bwe yakubwa era n'ebiwundu nga byeraga, Mariam Wangadya ye yagamba nti Zaake yeesuna amatu oba yeeyagula. Mariam Wangadya ya blockinga buli mbeera yonna Zaake mwe yali ayita ogenda maaso n'okubanga asobola okubaako omusango gwa reportinga. Kati Mariam Wangadya mu mbeera gy'alimu, Honorable Zaake yamugambye ogenda kumaliriza olimida, ogenda kumaliriza osibiddwa, era agenda maaso n'okubagamba nti abantu bemukolera we mutaabayige mugenda kuwunzika bubi. Jjukira Zaake gwe baafudde chairperson ow'akakiiko aka Government Assurance Committee mu Parliament, kati nga ye bosi wa Anita Amongo. Kati mukadde kano Mariam Wangadya eyamubulookinga n'okumuteekako embeera naye afeesinga akaseera ke kamu.
So mukyala Wangadya oba yegwe Wangadya nze simanyi linnya lyo balyogera naye ogenda kumalirira ng'olimida.
Nsaba osaasire ku omukyala Mariam Wangadya ya resigninze yage nti bakomishona badde bamulwanyiseeyo munda mu kakiiko k'eddembe ly'obuntu.
Omukyala oyo alina okumanya nti kyosiga kyokungula. Obanga wasiga ssere tusuubira okukungula ki? Tusuubira okukungula ebijanjaalo. Bw'oba wasiga ssere ogenda kukungula ssere. Yasiga ssere. Yasiga obutakozesa buyinza bwe nga akulira akakiiko k'eddembe ly'obuntu okuliza ensonga z'Abannayuganda, n'atuuka n'otugamba nti abantu tebatulugunyizibwa, n'atugamba abantu tebabuzibwangawokko era teriwaliwo kigambo kuwamba, n'atugamba era ebintu byonna bikyamu, n'agamba nti nze Zaake tebantulugunyanga nako naye nga n'emisango njirina nga nagibuleetera ne ku ttebo. N'agamba ebyo tebiriiyo. President Kyagulanyi n'ajja ensonga ze n'azigoba n'amugamba agwe genda era ensonga ze tetujja ziwuliriza. Kati olwaleero avaayo ali mutubuulira nti era bano abantu balonda nti simanya biki era babeera bagwadda, simanya babeera balwadde, simanya babeera batya. Oyo n'ensonga ze yayogedde nazo zimenya n'amateeka nazo nyini. Agenda maliriza bamusibye.
Katoga kakirabe
yasiga bukyayi era naye obukyayi obwo nyini bwe yasiga bagenda kubanga babukozesa naye yennyini bamusibe.
Ogamba kakirabe
yalangidde abalwadde basiriimu bagenda musibiriza ekyo ki, bagenda kusiga kugenda ku ekyo kinyini. Ogamba otya ati n'abantu simanya baleeta balwadde be bakozesa. Abantu be batadde ba commissioners abasanyufu. So mukyala Wangadya oba yegwe Wangadya nze simanyi linnya lyo balyogera naye ogenda kumalirira ng'olimida oba sinakindi. Midda libakomera.
Agenda kumaliza
ng'asibiddwa oba ng'atubuddwa.
Ku nsonga ya ARVs simaana abayina siriimu na biki Mariam Wangadya mu kakiiko ak'eddembe ly'obuntu, ensonga eno era yanyiizizza omubaka eyaliko omubaka Semewo Nsubuga. Jjukira Semewo Nsubuga nakutegeeza muzimu ku video ze twasembayo okukola nti y'omu ku ba commissioners abateeka Mariam Wangadya ku nninga, era Semewo Nsubuga oluvannyuma lw'akakiiko ka Kosase yawuliddwako ng'awanda muliro nga Mariam Wangadya ateekwa okwetonda olw'ebigambo bye yakozesa kubanga akulira akakiiko ka ddembe lya buntu ezimu ku nsonga z'eddembe ly'obuntu z'alina okulwanirira ez'abalwadde ba siriimu bateekwa okufuna eddagala n'ebigambo ebirala ebifaanana bwe bityo kati nti okwogera ku ARVs kwabadde ate kulinnyirira ddembe lya buntu era alina okwetonda ng'era bwe yeetonze.
Pulezidenti amuweereza abantu abanoonya ssente okugula eddagala lya ARVs.
Kati wano bangi obwedda beebuuza ebibuuzo Semewo Nsubuga y'omu kuba ARVs be yabadde ayogerako naye Semewo Nsubuga tomanya ayinza okuba yabadde alwanirira bamira ARVs nga bali mu kakiiko Mariam Wangadya bagenda maaso n'okuba nga ategeeza.
Kati mu byonna bye yayogera ekyo kyasinza okubeera ekizito era ekikyamu. Nze era mbadde musaba n'obuwombeefu bungi abe Yetondedde bannayuganda. Ndi mu kamera musaba n'obuwombeefu bungi abe Yetondedde bannayuganda ku statement yakola nti President amuweereza abantu abalwadde abali ku ARVs. Mu banoonya ssente zagula ARVs ekyakyetonde kuba yakola nsobi. Ekisooka bw'obanga oli wa ddembe lyabwe kati nzali kamisona w'eddembe ly'obuntu ekimu ku buvunaanyizibwa baffe ng'akakiiko kwe kulaba nti bannayuganda bafuna eddagala era bwe libanga teririyo mu malwaliro tukola lipooti kubanga okumira eddagala ddembe lya buki okulekera bulungi ddembe lya buki lya buntu akati kankubule gwe oli w'amawulire bannayuganda bammeka abali mu gavumenti abaweza nga bali ku ARVs bayitirivu ARVs zikuumye eggwanga famire emmeka ezibaddewo kati nga lw'okuba bwe bali ku abazadde bali ku ARVs tusobola kukola ezo statement. Sagala statement ya kisiru sagala kwogera bwotyo n'ekifaananako bwe kityo. Era mu wakati wonnange bw'abanga ddala akyali nawula nti yalekulira tetunnamanya oba kitufu baseki naye bw'abanga akyali chairperson waffe ajje yeetondera ensi ku eyo statement tosobola kwogera bwotyo. Ekya bulungi kubanga edina eddagala liyimirizaawo abaki abantu.
Jono ye Semewo Nsubuga yaliko mbaka wa parliament Taidize Kasanda era Semewo Nsubuga yoyo gwe wawulirako mu katambi ebigambo ebyali byogerebwa mu kulya enguzi n'ebirala ebifaanana bwe bityo. Era ye Semewo Nsubuga Mariam Wangadya gwe yayogerako n'aboogerako ng'abamu ku bagenda mu maaso n'okuba nga bamuteerawo embeera. Bwe baabadde mu kakiiko waabaddewo ebibuuzo ebyabadde bibabuuzibwa 4 n'ataano baagenze maaso n'okwewozaako era nga buli omu awaayiriza munno ba buli omu awaayo munne kaabadde kaseera ka kazigizigi.
My colleague here, Honorable Kaheru, in the document which you will read, he took a government vehicle which was donated by OCHA when they are closing up for personal use and kept it in his own until when the dossier came up, he returned the vehicle. Yes, unregistered, and it is alleged it had a UPDF H4 something number because it was not yet registered in the assets of the UHRC. Evidence is there of vehicle being returned, and the personal assistant wrote returning it. Another one, the generators which were bought were taken in the homes of Honorable Chairperson Wangadya and Honorable Kahiru. It's also there. So those are some of the things.
You people even steal generators?
I don't know. You can borrow or you use. I don't know. Then the other one. There is some documents which I'm looking for here, which I may present.
Sorry, Chair. Were those generators bought? Were those generators bought using the commission's money, or it was donated?
Completely government money, and all evidence that the procurement process was faulted. And then lastly, when the accounting officer.
One, I took a UN-donated vehicle in May 2025, and I used it for personal activities, and I have never brought it back. That is utterly false. In fact, I wish to mention that I requested to borrow a car from the Commission, from the accounting officer. That car was borrowed to me. The moment I saw media reports circulating that in fact the wording in the media was different. It was worse. I stole a car from the Commission. That very day, I sent it back to the Commission.
Crispin, help my members to understand. How do you borrow a car from government?
Byabaddemu n'okubba emmotoka, simanyi okwewola emmotoka, simanyi okukozesa emmotoka ate n'enjiza ate n'esijizaayo. Bakungu mu kakiiko k'eddembe ly'obuntu ba Crispin Kaheru, Mariam Wangadya, ba Semewo Nsubuga n'abalala be wawulira luli Era oluvannyuma lw'akaseera ak'akazigizigi n'ebibuuzo eby'okumukumu, Mariam Wangadya yawaliriziddwa okwoza ku mmunye era finally n'agenda maaso n'okuba nga yeetonda, nga yeetondera bannayuganda be yanyiiza. Ndowooza mu abo mwe mulina bana abaafa. Mukyala wa John Bosco Kibalama, mukyala wa John Ddamulira abaamutuukirira nga banoonya abantu baabwe, n'abategeeza nti bino bya kiwaani, abantu bano baleka tebaliiyo.
You can have a procedure. Chairman, we have some procedural issues.
Let the chairperson finish making her submission before we chip in.
I sent one of the members of the commission there, Father Lokodo, to represent us at that meeting. To date, I regret that decision. I had no idea how frail he was. Father Lokodo came in at the last moment. I had known that he was a little unwell, but I didn't know the extent of his ill health. Eventually, he collapsed and died in Geneva. He stepped in because this commissioner who I had asked to travel to Geneva had declined. I also sent her, declined to attend it, and didn't even have the courtesy to tell me so. I discovered later that she had not arrived at that event. Mr. Chairman, I should add that these commissioners have tormented me at office ever since I met them. The worst is when they conjured up false accusations against me, wrote false and malicious stuff against me, which they distributed to various agencies like State House Anti-Corruption Unit, Police, Inspectorate of Government, and various government offices. They have based on this false dossier to unleash untold psychological terror on me using social media, mainstream media, bloggers, etc. They have defended...
Madam Chairperson, I'll still restrain you to stick to policy issues.
Mariam Wangadya, olw'ebibuuzo ebyayitiridde, olwa pressure eyayitiridde, yagenze maaso mukazi wattu bambi n'okuba nga yeetonda, era okwetonda kwe kwaddiriddemu n'okukaaba. Wabula njagala kuwa process yonna nga bwe yabadde. Njagala nkuwe video eyalaze in fact eyalaze olutula luno nga bwe lwabadde. Honorable Mwadanku Nnyingi, Honorable George Musisi nga bagenda mu maaso n'okuba nga bamuteeka ku nninga, bamutadde ku ntandaalo. Mu bino mwe yavudde n'agenda maaso n'okuba nga ayoza ku mmunye, mwe yatandikidde okugenda maaso n'okuba nga akaaba. Kati bwe byenkulazeeko mbadde nkunnyonnyola kyabaddewo na butya bwe kyatandise, kati nkuzzaayo kulaga byonna byabadde bitya. Wandiika mu comment section Mariam Wangadya akomererwe oba asonyiibwe kubanga yeetonze, yeetondera ne bannayuganda buli bwe yanyiiza. Kati genda mu comment section ombuulire asonyiibwe oba akomererwe. Naye nga akakiiko ka Kosase Committee on Commissions, Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises akakulemberwa Honorable Mwadanku Nnyingi be bagenze maaso n'okuba nga bamubuuza akana n'akataano we yasinzidde ogenda maaso n'okuba nga yeetonda n'ayoza ne ku mmunye. Kakati njagala kulaga byonna nga bwe byabadde.
When I read the law, before I invite you on the microphone, the Constitution provides for Uganda Human Rights Commission. The commission shall be composed of a chairperson and not less than 3 other persons appointed by the President with approval of Parliament. Now, I've had the accounting officer. I don't know who is now the political head of this delegation. I want some clarity before we entertain your responses. Who is not here? Honorable Chair, the political head of the commission is the chairperson, who is not with us this morning. Of the commission in line with the Article 51 you've read, you've just read is the chairperson, who is not with us this morning here.
Is there any explanation? Because I've been briefed by the clerk. They sent invitations to the accounting officer and also to the commission. The chairperson was duly invited. Did you receive the invitations from the committee?
Chair, the invitations were received.
Use the microphone. Bring it closer. We want you to be on the record.
The invitations were received, Honorable Chair.
Were received by the commission, by you?
By the UHRC registry. I can confirm.
Were they transmitted to whoever was invited?
They were transmitted, Honorable Chair.
So the chairperson received the invitation?
Yes.
Do you have any communication as to why the chairperson is not with you?
I do not have any official communication.
Is the chairperson still in office?
Yes, she is, Honorable Chair.
So by the time the invitation was received, was the chairperson in office?
Yes, she was.
And the invitation was transmitted to her?
Yes, Chair.
Now, did she or did the commission delegate any of you to lead the delegation today? Or did she delegate any commissioner or officer?
Honorable Chair, as accounting officer, I'm not aware. Luckily enough, we have honorable members of the commission here. I would kindly request that they are better positioned to respond to that.
How many commissioners did you come with?
We've come with 5.
5?
Yes, sir.
Now, to clear this, let the commissioners speak to us, whether any of them have the mandate to represent the chairperson or they also merely came.
Thank you, Honorable Chair and members. I'm Smeo Mwanga, a member of the Commission. I don't have that mandate.
Honorable Chair, I am Omara Peter Lamex. I don't have that mandate too.
As I came in my own capacity as a commissioner, I don't have any instructions from the chair.
To appear before this committee, and I am duly here in that capacity. Thank you. You are the one who informed or shared the invitation with the commissioners?
Yes, Honorable Chair. The invitation from the Clerk to Parliament was addressed to the chairperson and the accounting officer and copied to the honorable members of the commission. I took responsibility to write a covering letter to notify them, and I attached that invitation, it having been copied to them notwithstanding.
Could you be having a copy of your covering letter, inviting and copying the same to the commissioners and the chairperson?
I only wrote a covering letter to the honorable members because they were in a copy. The chairperson received the substantive invitation. It therefore did not warrant any further internal communication.
Honorable Kim?
Maybe that can guide our proceedings. And without his delegated person or our delegated person.
Yes. Any other? Yes.
That they have a leadership crisis.
Yes, Honorable Kawalia.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, mine goes to the accounting officer because there's some information which has been going around about the resignation of the chair. And when I recall your question to him as in regard whether the chairperson has ever received the communication from Parliament, he has seemed not to be very honest to this committee. Because we've been seeing a letter where the chair is resigning. He is claiming that the same chairperson received the invitation from Parliament. So we want him to be very clear. We need honesty before this committee, because it is the reason why we are here, Mr. Chair. Mine goes to the accounting officer. Thank you. To accounting, before I go into the administrative part, Mr. Kamad, when did you become the accounting officer of the Human Rights Commission? Switch, be on the record.
On the 17th of April, from 9th April.
Which year?
To date, this year, 9th April 2026.
You have been acting as?
Secretary to the Commission.
Secretary to the Commission?
Yes.
And accounting officer?
Yes, sir.
So you received the appointment both as a secretary and accounting officer at once?
First as acting secretary and later as accounting officer.
Do you have the instrument appointing you as accounting officer?
I do have them, Honorable Chair.
Could you share with our clerk?
I will share, had not carried them with me, Honorable Chair.
Okay. And now that the what? The colleague nearby?
Chair, I heard two people mentioning about acting. The accounting officer said he's acting, and then he also said he's acting. For how long have you been acting? Same question.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I have been in acting position from April to date.
From April?
Yes.
This year?
Even the internal auditor, I think the same.
Now, acting director, No, even accounting officer. The instrument appointing you acting secretary, because we want to also peruse through that instrument. Now, of course, we are going to deal with the audit report 2024, 2025. Of course, the position of the law is, once you are appointed accounting officer, you inherit all liabilities under the vote. So you are duly accountable. But I want also to draw members to Article 164 of the Constitution on accountability. Specifically, Article 164(2) of the Constitution. It provides that any person holding a political or public office who directs or concurs in the use of public funds, contrary to existing instructions, shall be accountable for any loss arising from that use and shall be required to make good the loss, even if he or she ceases to hold that office. Now that we are destined to interrogate the audit reports for 2024-2025, be on the record to tell us who was the accounting officer.
Honorable Chang.
Miss?
Margaret Luce Ejang.
Margaret Luce?
Ejang.
Ejang.
Yeah.
Is she still a staff of the Human Rights Commission?
No, she left on the 9th of April, the very day I assumed the actingship.
By saying left, you mean what?
She retired.
She retired from?
The commission service.
From the commission service?
Yes, please. She didn't resign, she retired. On the basis of age.
On the basis of age?
Yeah.
Now, I want to hear from the commissioners, to be on the record. What happens where we want to hear from the commissioners? How do we arrive at this? You don't meet or communicate as commissioners, because the law providing for the chairperson is the same law providing for the commissioners. How do we reach here where each one came alone? Each one came alone. I want to hear from each commissioner. No one should represent the other. Commissioner Simeo, you.
Honorable Chair and members. Honorable Chair, I was invited in my capacity, my personal capacity, as a member of the commission. I got the invitation from the acting secretary, and that's why I'm here. Yes, sir.
When you received the invitation, you didn't bother to consult the chair, who was also in office?
The truth of the matter, I took time without meeting my chairperson.
How long?
We last had the commission meeting on 4th March 2024.
4th March?
4th March 2024. So 2026.
Huh?
The accounting officers corrected me. It was 9th March 2026.
9th March
2026. That's when I last interacted with her.
Ordinarily, how often do you meet?
Honorable Chair and members, we are supposed to have a monthly commission meeting. The commission meeting is the top management decision-making body of the commission. Yes, sir.
So you are saying since March, you have not had management meetings?
Yes, sir.
You are not meeting as a commission?
To the best of my knowledge.
But you are all in office daily?
Yes, sir.
No one speaks to each other?
No. The last time.
I only record reminding.
We last met on 9th March 2026 as a commission meeting.
Have you ever taken efforts to remind the chairperson or
it is
fellow commissioners? 9th March.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever taken any efforts to remind your fellow commissioners or the chairperson that we should have meetings?
Honorable Chair, remember, that is a procedural matter. Every month we have to meet. The chairperson in
now, in your response, in your capacity as a commissioner who is paid the public funds, you are in the office and you earn maybe salary and emoluments. Have you ever taken efforts on record reminding or writing to your fellow commissioners and the chair that we should have a meeting?
No, sir, I have not done that one because monthly.
No. Don't give the reasons.
No, obviously not right.
Let's go to the other commissioner.
Yes. I begin by Chair, I begin by adding on what Honorable Nsuga had said. Since March, we have never had a commission meeting. So in short, there has been no activity of the commission in leadership. But other technical officers at regions could be doing other work. So as a commission, we have not been there. And I last met also the chairperson on that day, and then she proceeded on leave until I think almost the other day of resignation, which I had also in papers. I would like to say that while he was away, my colleague here, Honorable Mara, was acting for some time. But at one time also, Commissioner Mara was in Geneva. And then there was nobody in between. So I think these are some of the issues which we need to know. In short, as a commission, we have been there individually. But me, I've been on leave. I took leave from June. And my leave ended, actually it ends today, 22nd. And I'm lucky to end my leave coming here. So the whole month and a half, I've not been around, but I've been hearing that or whatever. So in short, as a commission, we have not been there. But then other activities have been going on. The issue of who is the commission, what is the commission, who are commissioners? A chairperson and at least 3 members. But now we are all 6 members, except there's no chairperson. So in short, there's no commission in this this meeting.
All of the 6 received the instructions appointing you as commissioners. Yes?
Yes, we did.
The instructions were from
the president.
All of you.
Yes.
We may have a commissioner appointed by the chairperson.
No, it's constitutional.
Honorable Chair, to set the record very clear, all of us, the 6 members, were appointed by the president with the approval of Parliament.
Switch on.
Yes. Oh my God, sorry. I'm called Natile Jacqueline Luwab Kurkuru. I'm a former woman MP Shema District, now a commissioner. Thank you, Chair, for the questions. It is just simple. Actually, according to me, since February, we have not sat.
So in the March,
a commission.
in the March when they sat, they did invite you.
I think so. It was March. To me, it looks like it has been years. Anyway. Yeah, because this is a very important commission.
Yes.
Let us not downplay things. And not sitting for more than 4 months is a lot. Even once is a lot. Actually, by law, we are also supposed to have a deputy chairperson whom we don't have. That position is not filled at the moment. Because if it was, maybe if the chair is away, the deputy should be doing that role. So, us not informing her, like he said, indeed, she knows that she's supposed to be chairing these meetings since she doesn't have a deputy.
By she, you mean who?
The chairperson.
Of what?
Of the Uganda Human Rights Commission, my boss. Well,
you sound very concerned.
Of course I am. I'm a citizen of Uganda, and we have cases that we need to go to the tribunals. We need to do these things where the chairperson is supposed to be, and she is nowhere to be seen. Myself,
but she's in office. They told us she was in office on Monday. Did you pass by her office?
No. Me, I haven't seen her since.
Do you actually report to Uganda Human Rights Commission offices?
Yes, I do.
When were you
Once
last?
in a while, but recently there has not been much.
Why?
Because the chairperson is not in office. And it is only 30 days where we are supposed to have a leave. And she has had a leave forever. So, she's not in office.
Now, let's get from the... Yeah, I think we are proceeding like we're on a fishing expedition. We have an accounting officer here, Chair, who is supposed to make your work easy. The accounting officer is supposed, in my view, to tell you how the operations of the Human Rights Commission are governed. Do they have a charter? Do they have rules of procedure?
Later, at least to prove that he's an acting officer, he was given that mandate, and he has not provided it. So, Chair, may we understand whether we are proceeding well with the team that we have?
For now, we are proceeding well because this tier appear in their joint and independent capacity. We are fast tracking and getting facts before we can now pronounce ourselves on how best to move with the team. So I think for now we are moving right, and we shall see how we go about with the entity after.
This with the accounting officer, and when there are critical matters to do with governance, that's when we deal with the chairperson. But Chair, there's one disappointment that I've got from the commissioners and the accounting officer. They are not telling the Ugandans the truth. What is happening in the commission? Because recently I was surprised. I don't know whether these days when people are resigning, they go to social media and they pronounce that now they have resigned. Because I remember those days when I was working, resignation would be a confidential matter. But now these days I saw your chairperson pronouncing herself on the social media, Twitter, that I've resigned. I'm no longer the chairperson. But you are not telling us the truth, what is happening. Honorable Nsubuga has just said that they last had a meeting in April, March 9th to date. It means that the commission is not functioning. Because if you are supposed to meet monthly, and now 4 months down the road you are not meeting, it means that you are not performing, and many Ugandans are waiting to see exactly what's the commission. They even don't know actually whether you are existing or not.
Honorable Nangori, don't conclude, maybe he was not invited. We are here to hear from the other commissioners, and then we shall establish a quorum.
Honorable Chair, just one thing. How many commissioners are supposed to be there?
How many commissioners?
Are they there? And are they all here? And if they are not here, where are they and who are they? Probably to have another picture of caucusing in themselves there.
Accounting officer will answer that later. Let first exhaust the question. Honorable Kim, then you. Wait, Honorable him, and then
to matter before, but it was not answered. I think it was guiding the proceeding. The first question I raised was, what makes a full constitution of the commission? And number two, is the commission still functional Otherwise, it seems every individual, actually they are working in silos. Can those questions be answered, Mr. Chairman?
I think at present, then we can engage them as a team if it so requires.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, you had permitted me to speak.
I permitted you? Okay.
Yes, now. One is the audited report of the Commission. Under the circumstances, we have an accounting officer. We just need to confirm his delegation and proceed. There are other issues, Chair, of governance. The issues of governance, we can only deal with the Commission when it is fully constituted or when we have a representative of the Chair. Chair, I want to propose that the Commissioners, except if they are part of the team of the accounting officer, be asked to leave this meeting and return only when they have their chair. We deal with the accounting officer and technical people. I submit, Chair.
Thank you. I guide that before we can rule on that. Let's hear from them.
I'm also aware that for the commission to be fully constituted, there must be a chairperson at any one time and at least 3 members of the commission. So that is what would constitute the commission. The other issue is
I asked whether you have made efforts to reach out to your commissioners and the chairperson to have your monthly management meetings, and 2.
Colleague Honorable Simeo said we last met in March as a commission, but as members we have been undertaking activities as members with the technical staff. We have gone on monitoring and inspection of prisons. We have engaged stakeholders in Jinja, in Soroti, in Hoima, in Arua, in Lira, as members.
So how do you decide, how do you come up with those activities? Do they require presence of a chairperson? You sit as the commissioners, or you are already approved?
No, those
activities.
These ones are already approved, and it's not all commissioners or members that go. Because we are assigned, there are commissioners who will go on this activity and that activity, and in engagements.
Okay. The next.
Mr. Chairman, the President nominates you to the Appointments Committee, and then you give him a feedback. If they have all passed the vetting, then he issues the instruments of appointment. Mr. Chairman, there is what is called the Uganda Human Rights Act, which talks of the chair to chair the committees, to chair the commission. Yeah, to chair the commission. And we have also the rules that say that the chair is the only one who will chair the tribunals. So in this instance, Mr. Chairman, there is no way we can have tribunals without the chair chairing the tribunals. Initially, it was an individual commissioner that would make it easier, but having sought guidance from the Attorney General, he guided that it's supposed to be a tribunal. So we sit 4, and the chair is the one who chairs. And
so meaning, as of now, if anyone files a complaint, the Human Rights Commission cannot handle because there is no one to chair, or the one who can chair doesn't want to chair. Try to clarify in your own words.
According to the rules guiding the tribunal, it is the chair who is supposed to chair those tribunals. So if there is no chair, that means we cannot have tribunals.
So in simple terms, whoever has a complaint, have you ever made efforts to remind the chair, now that you also earn public funds in the salary and the emoluments, have you ever made efforts to remind the chair to constitute meetings or convened a tribunal?
We have been talking to her to have tribunal meetings and commission meetings.
But by talking, you mean conversation or a letter?
Not talking. And actually, I've been engaging the acting secretary. He's here. He can actually ascertain to whether what I'm talking is true, to invite the commission meeting, since it is mandated to him to call the commission meeting so that we can actually do the service.
I just want to get a very clear answer from the accounting officer. Has your chairperson resigned, written anything, or it is just noise?
I don't have any official communication to the effect that chairperson has resigned. I don't.
Chair, just a follow up on that one.
Thank you very much, Chair. I'll move under Article 52 of the Constitution that specifies the mandate of the Uganda Human Rights Commission, and which includes visiting and inspecting places of detention, of course, to assess conditions of a human rights nature and make recommendations. And I want to go on record to say that just taking a sneak peek into the last couple of months, as a member of the Commission, and also with my colleagues, we've done quite a number of things in this regard. We have visited places of detention. Just last week alone, we were in Kitalia. We went to Kampirings Rehabilitation Center. We were in Nakasongola Prison. We went to Machishon Bay Prison in Luzira. And we engaged inmates, and people were detained in all these places. The second mandate, as per the Constitution, which is...
Before you go into the mandate, because we don't have the political head yet, we are trying to ascertain. What we want to hear from you is whether you have heard from the chairperson, whether you remind the chairperson, how are you transacting, like other commissioners? Try to restrain yourself on that before you go into the activities.
Okay. In terms of the commission meetings, yes, we last had one on the 9th of March, as has been stated by my colleagues, and we haven't had a commission meeting since then. But that does not in any way mean...
Have you taken efforts to remind the chairperson or your fellow commissioners?
No, I have not taken effort
Why?
to remind the chairperson.
Why?
Because both the Constitution and the Uganda Human Rights Act do not specify the regularity of commission meetings. Commission meetings are convened as and when we have a full agenda to attend to.
That's according to you. Your appreciation of the law.
They say the chairperson proceeded on leave. For how long was that leave? Who was acting in the absence of the chair? Did you have meetings during that time of the absence? Chair, the one supposed to call the meetings of the commission is the accounting officer. Has he called a meeting and the chair has not showed up? I think we have a criminal in our presence, and we are scattering ourselves going very far. Chair, let's focus on where our mandate is. We will focus and get the detail of what actually the rot is within the commission and proceed on to the financial report that we have before us, than being on a fishing expedition.
Please take record. You're going to answer all. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, our purpose of being here is basically to help the commission function. Unfortunately, in what I see, there is no position of a deputy chair. It is basically a chairperson.
We are going to be a biting committee. And I told you, principally, we first summoned the parliamentary commission. But the clerk to parliament as accounting officer had the courtesy of writing back to us and seeking us to reschedule our engagement at a future date. We summoned the commission and the chairperson
The commissioners are all here. The technical team is here and the accounting officer. We also take note that the accounting officer is new. But given the scant information surrounding who handles what, we shall require the accounting officer to first present the posting instruction. Because we are an accountability committee, we cannot transact on hearsay and rumors. Being that he is acting as a secretary to the commission, but appointed as accounting officer, we thank you for honoring the invite. But again, we require that you furnish the committee with proof within today that you are the accounting officer of the Uganda Human Rights Commission. I want to state that whatever we hear as ongoing concerns must interest us as the committee, and indeed the concerns you heard from the members are very legit, at least for now. We want to accord the Uganda Human Rights Commission as a team opportunity to interface with the committee, because part of what we do audit, we do recommendations. I mean, we do oversight, we do recommend, we also handle the audit reports. And as I mentioned, the constitution is very clear that even if you cease to be the political head or accounting officer, but money was spent under your control and direction, you can be summoned and invited to answer for that particular money spent or misspent under your control and leadership. For now, I'm really constrained to proceed with the Uganda Human Rights Commission. I want to adjourn this meeting to Friday this week at 9 a.m. You return to this committee with the chairperson as the political head of Uganda Human Rights Commission. We have heard she was in office on Monday. And today is Wednesday. So we want to believe that she's in office. And she duly received the invitation. We want to invite the chairperson again on Friday. And in absence of the chairperson on Friday, I want to announce in advance we shall be constrained by to use the lawful means within our laws to ensure her presence, whether by summons, whether by
ensonga z'obufumbo olina omwami naye ng'akutawaanya, olina omukyala ng'akutawaanya, bajja ne bakwagalako ne bagenda. Gwe alina ebizibu mu byenfuna nga ssente zikuyita mu ngalo, w'oteeka ssente zifa bufi, b'owola tebazza. Gwe aloota ng'ogwa mu nnyanja, gwe alumizibwa omutwe nga guganja okuwona, naawe aloota ng'ebintu bikozesa ensonga z'obufumbo. Nina ekifo ku mugga awali amayinja we nnyambulirako ebisiraani, ekikwa, ekifiiriza, omudibo, obutaganja, obutaweebwa. Nzijanjaba abantu ab'enzikiriza zonna, nsiŋŋaanibwa njeru ku lw'ejjinja. Gwanjagala kuba ku nnamba yange eyo, naawe ali ewala ennyo yita ku WhatsApp.